All right, hello, hello, hello. How's everyone doing this evening? It is Saturday. We are back. Time for another stream. More building, more hanging out, and more giveaways, of course. Hope everybody's had a great Saturday so far. Before I jump into the chat and say hello to everybody, looks like the chat's been pretty active so far already. I do want to mention a couple things as usual. Number one, do like the stream. If you do, it definitely helps show it to more people, which helps me, which is good, and I really appreciate that if you don't mind doing that. Number two, we've got that live 10 code active up here at the top of the screen for the duration of the stream. So you can save 10% on your order if you're thinking about grabbing something over at mechawarehouse.com. We can save you some, and of course that also helps me out. And finally, we do have 3 giveaways up for tonight. We'll be drawing for the first one in 20-30 minutes probably. But the 3 kits up for grabs tonight, we've got 2 that were pictured, an HG Barbatos Lupus Rex, and you missed the opportunity to scare us. Darn. And a HG Beyond Global, a limited clear edition version of that kit, which is pretty cool. And right before the stream, TG Van Lance DM'd me and donated an SD Command Gundam to the pile. So we've got three kits up for grabs tonight. So looking forward to giving those away a little bit later in the stream tonight. But before we get too much further and start building this kit, we'll pop into the chat, say hello to everybody, and all that good stuff. So what's up, Keith Bishop, Bone Daddy KW, Travis Phipps, Crazy Rabbit, Louis Wong, Hector Ordonez, Kyle Dixon, Dylan Dull. Good evening, everyone. I've been looking forward to this all week. That is incredibly humbling, man. I can't imagine why anyone wants to listen to me or hang out. I guess just to get the kits maybe, but it's incredibly humbling, and I don't know, makes my day that you guys come and hang out with me every Saturday. So thank you, Dylan. What's up, Chance Wilson, TJ Van Lant, Chris Cosme, Louis Wong, John Botman, James Clark, Artie D. End, Erfig, Mark D, Sniper 22308, Cole Smith, Gupple Viking, Farlez, Barkley, Sean Donovan, happy Halloween, well done on those hearts, everyone. So he's referring to the Discord Skill Builder Challenge we did for October, or most of October. That the deadline, submission deadline was last night, which was Harrow Lanterns. There were some excellent entries. Get to go figure out the winners of that based on the voting after the stream tonight. I think one is well ahead of the others though, and I think deservingly so. Is really cool. What's up, X Ral X, Crimson Thunder, Hey Buddy, G-Ming, Searchlight, Super Spike, Anthony Cerna, Adam Shields, XS Gunpla, let's see, Uzju, Blue Ghost, what's up, Matt Morris, Rob to Builder, wish it would put a little check mark next to people's names after I've said hello to them. Where am I? Rick Henriquez, what's up? I think I already said hello to Crazy Rabbit, but if not, just in case, what's up? David Codd, Chris Cosme, Corey Croteau. So I think it's going to be a great stream. It definitely is going to be a great stream. It always are. What's up, Jason Galloway? Chris C. Streams are really relaxing. Don't undersell yourself. Well, I appreciate that. Chris Cosme, you have a soothing voice. If you say so. I hate listening to my own voice, so I still won't get that no matter how much you say it. What's up, Andy McC? What's up, No Fucks? Yeah, Alan is Sig. I would still rock with you without the giveaways. Thanks, Keith. John Moorhead, Skywalker PJ, what's up? You're the man, Nick. Thanks. I'm going to try not to let this go to my head. I'm going to wake up tomorrow with a huge ego. Yeah, the one with the crazy LEDs looks VP and the rest of us. Yeah, I think so. That was a really creative idea and well executed. I was thinking about cutting out, if I was going to do one, I was going to cut out eyes and a mouth like a actual jack-o'-lantern, but doing that, but having it hidden internal is a really cool idea. So Dylan Medlin. DNOL is still fun to do. Hopefully everybody got something out of it, even if you don't win, right? It's people try new things, fun little project, all that kind of stuff. Watch your streams because you're better than me, and I picked a few tips and tricks because your voice doesn't irritate me like other streamers sometimes can. It's a mid-tier hero. Donez missed the restock of the High New Gundam on your website. Most people did, I think. They were only in stock for about 10 minutes on the website. Make any fun Halloween plans with the fam tomorrow? Just trick-or-treating with the kids. I'm not sure what we're doing with that exactly. In the past, we've kind of gone out kind of together, just put a bowl out in front of the house or something. Any fun? I already read that one. What's up, Buster? Matt Morris. You ship out the pre-ordered Eclipse. They haven't arrived yet. They're supposed to arrive on Friday. I think they're arriving on Monday. So if they do, we'll probably check them in Monday and then hopefully ship them out Tuesday, Wednesday, assuming that they arrive on time early enough for the day and we get them all checked in and stuff. What's up, Master Johnson? Adam Ansar, what's up? Rybers, how's it going? You're here, or that HG desk site from you last week and put me in the proper Halloween mood. Nice. Gojira. RDN, I'm just rushing to repair and build now. Yeah, that was my big fear. Thank you, Hector Ordonez, for the sub. My big fear when I put that up was like, this is going to distract everybody from the repaired build if they're participating in that. Okay, B1 and 216. 1 year, I 3D printed rings and super small jack-o'-lantern buckets for the kids. They all thought I was a freak, even though I still gave them candy. Alrighty, how's the inventory looking for Black Friday? Congrats on that big week for sales last week. Good so far. We got a lot of stuff due, either incoming or due to ship very soon. So there's a decent chance we have a lot more in stock than we have now for Black Friday. And then we're going to need Black Friday to get us back under control because we've got a lot more stuff expected, like November, December, I think, in terms of shipments, and we are definitely running out of space in the warehouse. Where when a model's on a reprint list, how many weeks are they in store? So the reprint list that everybody passes around is actually what they're planning on making or thinking about making, not necessarily what they are making. So that's important to note. Generally speaking, if it says that it's going to be printed in October, say, it's really going to show up probably November, maybe December, based on shipping at least a month or so on the ocean before it gets here. And then with everything being delayed like it has been, it hasn't been faster. Let's put it that way. It's sometimes slower. So Nick, hey guys, have you built into all? It's up to Optimist Rhymes, except Weeks K. Jude Missouri, just want to say thanks. Thanks for what? Any updates on Mandalorian Figure Rise pre-order kits? I think we have one of the Mandalorian kits arriving this week as well. So Grayson Perkins, is that an RG High New in the small window from you? So stoked. One of the lucky few. Oh, we super fast delivery got it today. Nice. I see why the RG High New is so popular. I have a lot. My local hobby shop was going to snag one. So I think, anytime a new kit comes out, there's generally some buzz about it, and they tend to sell pretty aggressively when they first come out, because anybody who's like a serious builder or something, and maybe he's built everything, so to speak, it's that new shiny thing that not everybody has yet. And I think the reviews on the High New are supposed to be really good. The RG New Gundam was an incredibly good kit and really popular kit as well. So some of it could even be just like spill over, people being optimistic about being a good kit from that. You're getting Dagger LHG kits in. That's my next kit if I can get one. We did get some a while back. I got hands from your website a couple months back and I love them. Nice, Hector. Built for me tonight, but gotta do a reverse Haro lantern. Pumpkin carved like a Haro. Nice. We did I think it was Wednesday. We did a jack-o'-lantern. Nothing fancy. For a day plus 1 month hit Canadian stores plus 2 months hit US stores. That might be what it is right now. It should be faster than that, but the docks are so backed up. Off topic and throw back to a couple weeks ago. Dick, you might look at watching a red belt. I think you might find the BJJ solid. I'm only a blue belt, but it looked good. They even got the key correct. Is that what is red belt? Is that like a show, movie, anime? I'm not familiar. Where's some new Vallejo paint from you in time for it to sit for a month? Had rotator cuff surgery, typing one-handed sucks. That's a bummer. Hopefully that heals up fast. Working new pumpkins since the squirrels destroyed ours. Bastard squirrels. MG Virtue not dropped yet. The pre-orders are up for the MG Virtue. They have not shipped yet. Any extra clips after pre-orders are filled? Not for us, at least not right away. We might end up with a few if our secondary supplier comes through with the full number they promised, but it's going to be like a handful, not a lot at all. Extras. Looks like good customer service. Got the RG High New yesterday. Nice. Plan to build yourself an HGG or MG Virtue. I don't like the Virtue design, and the G is just not my thing either. I guess I could be convinced on the G, but probably not a Virtue. What percentage have you sold of the pallets of Sosby Verka? Probably 60-70% of them, maybe. We're definitely past half. I'd have to look at the numbers to be sure. I'm gonna go for a good barber toast for my D&D DM. Thanks for being a forever DM. Maybe learn to airbrush if I get what I think someone's gotten me. Nice. So Carlos. Hopefully as we place these larger and larger orders, that when they do like pre-limit kits and reduce our numbers, that we'll be getting larger and larger shares of these new kits and stuff. Getting limited, reduced quantities on the high new was painful. Getting reduced quantities on the Nightingale was painful. Eclipse is painful. So hopefully we'll be able to get much larger quantities of those kinds of releases in the future. The Virtue was definitely a step up, I think. I have to build my first Gundam model later this month. Is there any website for recommended color scheme? Found something in Mech 9 website, but only gives guide for Mr. Hobby. Aqueous paint. What's the site that's got the color charts that compare against different brands of paint? That might be worth looking at if you use other than Mr. Hobby. I really wanted the Mecha House GMG Federation set, but man alive, I just can't justify 244. I'll remain jealous of those who obtain them. What's up, Michael Foster? What's going on? Keep getting larger and larger orders, and you'll need a larger warehouse sooner than you think. Oh, well, I already think I need a larger warehouse, so I don't know how much sooner that could be. I'm worried about the next month with everything that was on the list of likely shipping soon. We are very tight on space. I'm probably grabbing an additional cart for low quantity items to help clear out some of the shelves and make room. Probably ordering that this week. And I think we're gonna get some sort of wheeled bin rack to try to offload some paints and stuff off the shelves too, make some more space that way. We're starting to play like serious storage games. I really wanted the Eclipse, totally missed all of those. I think I even bought the P Bandai pack. Got an Expo survey. I mentioned I bought my gun from Mecha Warehouse. Nice, Carlos. Appreciate that. What's up, Puppet Armory? Let's all get our heads together to help Dick learn to fold space-time to maximize the Mecha Warehouse. I mean, that would be helpful if I could like open a pocket dimension to put all our excess stock into or something. So I'm sad I missed the RG High New. I was at work, I couldn't get my phone. I work too much, bummer. But it was a movie, pretty good cast. There's a few cameos by some legends. Reminded me of a modern attempt on a samurai film with the motifs. Interesting. Like to start storing excess stock back in the warehouse at your house. I'm thinking about there's a storage place, like a storage unit place just down the road. If I had backup stock that I needed to store, I could rent one of those units. And I've thought about the unit next to us is like technically not rented. The landlord's like storing their boat or something in there. And I've wondered about if for backup stock, if I could negotiate letting them have me park a couple pallets in the corner and park some backup stock on. But the problem is, I think, going to be shelf space more than large quantity stuff, at least first. But I guess we'll find out. How are you? What is your opinion on the Buzz Lightyear show trailer? Remember that you brought up looking for shows for your kids to watch, and it might be up your alley when it comes out. It looks interesting. I'm definitely interested in it. Looked pretty cool. I watched a video where they broke down like the whole thing and like what this means and what that means, and that was kind of interesting too. They pointed out a lot of details that tie into stuff from the Toy Story movies, which was really interesting to see. Kevin, how did the excess stock sale go? Pretty well. It was a solid weekend considering we didn't really restock much. I still have way more excess stock and like items that don't move very fast that I'd like to clear out. Which is why if you're on the Discord, you're seeing us start to post some ding and dents that are really just items that I would like to see less of in the warehouse. What are your plans for Halloween? Nothing crazy, just probably trick-or-treating with the kids. Eating more candy than I should. The usual. Nothing super crazy. Enjoyed the IPMS event content. Do you have to be a member to go to an event? Do you also be a member to submit an entry? No and no. I'm not an IPMS member. I never have been. I would consider joining a chapter at some point. I don't think I could ever make it to meetings though with my schedule, but I think only a few of the events require you to be a member. I think maybe IPMS Nationals might require you to be a member. But you don't have to be one in order to attend or show. I think you can attend nationals without being a member. You get yourself a P Bandai geese. I've got an MG Tall Geese 2 and 3 from P Bandai. Already time to expand the warehouse? Yeah, pretty much. Some people are saying that there's got an Easter egg in there. I wouldn't be surprised. What are kids going to be for Halloween? Got one's going to be Batman and the other is, I think, Spider-Man. Superhero Halloween for us, I guess. And yeah, good stock this week. Nice, Joseph. Glad we got something in that you were looking for. All right, moving on to the knees, I guess. Glad you guys had 90% of the Mecha color near this week. Nice. DC vs. Marvel. Battle rages on this series. Yeah. It's funny because the youngest is the one, I think he picked it out. They were like my wife had him at, some store or something, and he was the one who wanted it. He's got no idea who Batman is, knows nothing about Batman. He just thought the costume looked cool, I guess. Which is kind of funny. In fact, I think the other son is wearing the Spider-Man costume. I'm pretty sure that's the Spider-Man mask I wore in that weekly update video some months ago. What's up, Super Source Rex? What's up, Alejandro? Just after missing out on Nightingale, I redeemed myself with a new nice kid pick Batman without knowing, huh? I'd recommend not seeing Zorro and walking down any alleys for a few more years. Not many dark alleys where we live. We're probably fine. So speaking of Halloween, everybody's asked me what my plans are. What is everybody else's plans? What are we all doing for Halloween? Anything good? Horror movie marathons, Halloween parties. What am I missing out on? Candy. Nice. Watching Rock Horror Picture Show. Got Newborn, so nothing this year. Got 2 or 3 kids who eventually ring the bell. Go to sleep. Eventually repair build finished. Trick-or-treating with the kids. It's the first year they really understand the concept of Halloween and are excited to go out. Nice. Sleep. Let's go to the game warden from Jurassic Park. We're going to go to the zoo for candy. Pre-trick-or-treat appetizer party. Trick-or-treat as a group to follow. Nice. Building a movie watching. Kids go trick-or-treating with mom while I have to work. Working's no fun. Stop motion videos and chill with my son who is 2 and knows nothing of Halloween. Trick-or-treating for my neighborhood was tonight, so we just finished up. Now I'm on schoolwork. Gave out a bunch of Pokemon cards to any kiddos dressed up as Pokemon. Nice. That's pretty cool. Turn off the lights so no one comes to my door. Local view just up in Concord. They shut down Auburn Street for traffic and a ton of kids go up there trick-or-treating. Nice. More movie marathon. So it's going to be Spider-Gwen from Into the Spider-Verse. 1K pieces of candy, a citywide kids costume party walk this year. Nice. Watch a good horror movie, but a lot of newer ones are terrible. Work. We watch some horror movies, handing out candy for kids and tiny bottles for adults. There's definitely some of our neighbors. It seems like one end of our street is like, I don't know, the really nice houses. I think one developer like started our neighborhood and then sold the rest of the lots to someone else. So it's like one end is like big homes, and there's definitely a few of them down there that have the full-size candy bars and like adult beverages and stuff, and it's kind of crazy. And we don't get that many trick-or-treaters on our street in the grand scheme of things. Watching their It movie last night, it was so boring. To bed instead. Try and get some work done when it comes to Barbatos, New York for training. Horror-themed Gundam series or movie. Bunch of average Joes trying to survival get picked off by a health store theme. Horror stealth theme suit. That'd be an interesting concept. What's up, Nike? Do that first drought a little bit. You guys have Trunk or Treat? I've heard of Trunk or Treat. We've never been to one. I don't know if they do any of that like that near where we are. recently discovered MSG battle operations now, enjoying piloting the mobile suits in there. Interesting. I haven't really played much of the Gundam games that are out there. Wish I had time to get into games and stuff again. A narrative Gundam Apex I still want to build. Just remind me about talking about storage places. There's a trunk or treat by my house last night, but I got off work too late to bring the kids. Bummer. Download Back for Blood today. I think I like the old Left 4 Dead better. I don't think I played Left 4 Dead. I remember hearing about that one, but I haven't played most of the popular recent games. Titanfall looks like a good mecha game. I hear that one get mentioned a lot. I haven't played that one either, though. The time is flying by right now. I can't believe Monday is November. Tell me about it. I feel like it was just Halloween last week. This last year has just gone by incredibly fast. Looks like we are getting, let's see. I think we're, let's do this. All right. What keep you building? Is that Goof? It's Dom R35. Sorry, I got called for a medical call. Hope everybody's okay, Cowboy. My XCOM style kind of game, that'd be cool. Maybe because 2020 was such a weird year, 2021 has evaporated, maybe. That's true. I feel like last summer felt like it was an eternity, even though I was super busy all the time. So let's do the first giveaway for tonight, or the first draw anyway. We've got, looks like 95 people in here. Let's do a number between 1 and 800. So if you haven't done this before, we're going to put a number in the chat between 1 and 800. One number per person. Do not delete or change your number. If we get a tie or something, we will deconflict it with a coin toss or something. And in a few minutes, I'll draw a number to see who wins. Exact numbers only, and we only ship inside the US, so keep that in mind. If you are not in the US, if you win, you might want to find a friend or something you can ship it to, but we can sort that out later. The numbers have slowed down. I'll draw in a moment or two. Finish sanding this piece down, and then we'll call time and draw our first set of winners. How many different kits were made for Thunderbolt Mecha? That's a good question. Psycho Zaku and Full Armor both have an HG and an MG. Atlas Gundam. I think there was an Atlas, wasn't there? Unless you know, like an Atlas MG or something, or high grade. And then there's definitely some of the grunts too. I've seen HGs for. Alright, calling time. Let's draw our 3 numbers. Good Q&A question if you don't know off the top of your head. What was the first kit sold by Mecha Warehouse? Oh, that's a really good question. So the real question is, did Mecha Warehouse have to be called Mecha Warehouse when we sold that first kit? Because there's 2 separate answers. It's probably the first kit we sold as Mecha Warehouse, which I can look up because it would be on our first order on Shopify. But our first kit before that would be a real tough one to answer. Yeah, okay, I can look that one up probably. Okay, so first number 651 for the Barbatos Lupus Rex. 618, 600 numbers. 618 for the HG Beyond Global Clear version. And 497 for the SD Command Gundam. 651, 618, 497. When you were slinging kits in an unmarked van. I want to look this up now because now I'm curious. It's probably easiest just to sort it by order number, Sunday. It's gonna have to think about this for a while. So the first one sold on mechawarehouse.com was actually an MG Heavy Arms. Or at least sold through... Yeah, no, I guess that was that done as a draft? No, online store. MG Heavy Arms. Did you ever consider the name Gunpla Warehouse? Not really. So I knew right from the beginning that I wanted to not have Gundam or anything like that in the name, because I feel like so many places just infringe on IP, and like Gunpla and Gundam and all that stuff, they're trademarks, they're the rights to those words are owned, and so I'm not super big on using those in my naming, because if they ever decided they didn't want me to use them, I'm in trouble. Alright, so we got one, I gotta do the other now. What store in the USA would do such a thing, Nick? Seems ridiculous, sir. I mean, most seem to do it. It's probably fine. I just have a certain ethical standard, and I don't want to use somebody else's IP. I would be upset if I owned the rights to Gundam and somebody else were using it. So, I don't know. Just something I want to do. If you had to rebrand your company, what would you call yourself? I have no idea. Those are such big questions to answer. You got to rebrand your company. Lagged out. What's the difference between Mr. Color Metal and Mr. Color Super Metallic? Great question. I have no idea off the top of my head. Is Meteor's Gunpla a name that we accept but all dislike? It triggers that moist thing in my head. Maybe. I feel like hearing the word Gunpla said, like it sounds like a weird word. So I can totally understand why you react that way to it. Just a matter of time and popularity until Bandai seems to give a crap about it. It's smart to avoid the headache from the get-go, especially while staying on brand anyway. Yeah, I mean, in some ways it sets us apart because so many other businesses are using the name. What's up, Rob? So there are many non-Gundam kits that fall under the Mecha umbrella. There's that too. Trying not to box myself in. Although, in theory, I've already boxed myself into robots. And that's why part of that and how we do our marketing affects like being able to sell, I don't know, Star Wars kits and Dragon Ball Z figure kits and stuff. Like, would you ever decide to sell runners like individually? Maybe. I would consider it at some point. Right now, I know that the logistics of the logistics of trying to sell the individual pieces of them and buy the kits to break them up is in itself a ridiculous challenge. I'm sure, I don't know if he's in the chat today, but from watching what like Mecha Parts Guy does, he's trying to sell parts and runners and stuff. I can't imagine trying to do that on a large scale. I think there's definitely a limiting factor on how big you can go with that without really hurting your margins, because it's just every decision takes it like another level. Like the only way I would attempt it is if I were in a position to hire somebody or a team of people to run that side of the business kind of full time for me. But even then, I don't know if it's worth it. I'd have to really work numbers on it. I wouldn't totally exclude it because who knows what I might do in the future, but I don't think it's not what I want to focus on right now. It's got my RX-0 Unicorn SD. Thanks so much. Nice plastic model. Crack shop doesn't sound friendly either. Use the word hobby isn't part of your naming convention. It's not a hobby, it's a way of life. Yeah, I don't know. I think people think slightly different context when they think hobby in general, even though technically it's hobby stuff. What grits are you using for sanding? 400, 600, 1000, and 1500, I believe, are the 4 grits I use. Right, the Mecha Warehouse, the movie is made about the successful Gunpla business. What actor did you cast as Nick Savory? I don't know. I'm not sure. Or something, I forgot to use your code. Oh no, send me an email, Hector, with your order number, and I'll see if I can do something about it. Nick at mechawarehouse.com. So props to MW shipping with UPS while their stores use FedEx. Nicolas Cage. There you go. I don't know, can Nicolas Cage catch my my vibe? Kit Crack Plus is an option. Casting Mark Wahlberg as Nick. Seth Rogen, I don't think so. Nick Cage has range, he could do it. This is hilarious. First pre-order Mecha Warehouse was the first 3 Kyokai Senki kits released by the Byakuchi, Kenbu, and Bunya Boomerang. Looking forward to having a nice Kevin Bacon is always a great dance. I could not see Kevin Bacon playing me in a movie. Actually, I can't see anybody playing me in a movie, because... Why? I take it nobody had any of those numbers, because nobody's mentioned anything. Use Keanu, Mello Calm like Nick. I could see that. Do the jujitsu and gunfighting scenes in my life. Thanks for the sub, Palter7X. Do you think the ratio of Gunpla models versus military models in the US today? It seems that Gunpla web store has a bigger stock of Mr. Color paints than a regular hobby shop. I'm not sure. I'm not sure Mr. Color is super popular in the US amongst modelers in general, outside of the Gunpla kind of crowd. I could be wrong though. But if you go and use like an IPMS event as a gauge, then military models are, I don't know, 10x as many as Gunpla builders. But I think the ratios of those who do competition and stuff are different. Thanks to the sub Blue Cherry 726. Jason Alexander is a shorter, rounder version. Second Keanu. Nick, what's the most annoying kit that you've built, and have you ever got burnt out after a build? Samuel L. Jackson. Yes, Samuel L. Jackson would actually be perfect, other than the appearance differences. But I think we could just go with a really alternate reality version of my life. I feel like I want to remake most movies with Samuel L. Jackson as the lead. If I were a billionaire, that would be my goal in life, would be just to cast him in ridiculous ways and have him play Samuel L. Jackson instead of whatever the lead character was supposed to be. Because we all know that he's got kind of his own character archetype. And it actually fits, because I probably, you don't hear it on video, but I probably call most people MFer. Just not around other people. What is the most annoying kit you've built, and have you ever got burnt out after a build? So, I didn't like the HG Zaku I built. I don't know if I've ever been burnt out per se. I build so relatively slowly. I don't build for, you know, dozens of hours a week. I only really build during the streams right now. And then if I can do more, I have another couple hours maybe. So I kind of just trudge through it. When I get burnt out of building, it's more a question of just not having time. So I'm not really focused on building. But it's not, I don't think that's the same as burning out of building itself. If you haven't seen it, this video on YouTube where someone compiled every time. Yes, I have seen that video. Samuel L. Jackson is Detective Pikachu. That'd be great. What email should I send info to? Nick@mechawarehouse.com would work. Samuel Jackson, normal line should be there is MF on these MF shelves. Yes, that would be great. Added with these Monday to Friday Gunpla and this Monday to Friday. Samuel Jackson replacing Egon and Ghostbusters might be worth a watch or 3. So it's an awesome concept, right? You just replace any character in any movie and just remake that movie. But like, I'd do it in like a big budget way if I were a billionaire. Like, what the hell is Bezos and Elon Musk doing? They're clearly not doing it right, because they should be making every movie into a Samuel L. Jackson remake. Ryan Reynolds would make a solid Nick Savory. HG Zaku is a terrible form design. Terrible most of it design. Or at least the old HG Zaku. The newer one I'm sure is better. Casting the Rock as one of the Mecha Minions. Next movie with Samuel Jackson would be like 187, but with scalpers and an ending where Nick lives. Are you ever going to build a third-party kit? So what's your definition of third-party, Crazy Rabbit? Is Kotobuki a third-party, or is it just like Supernova and Devon and stuff? Because that dramatically affects my answer to that question. RG Crossbones is a bit frustrating. I've heard people have trouble with that one. I think less because it's a bad kit or anything, but more because parts are tiny. And that requires an extra level of patience. New Zaku Origin Kit arms were great. Build here. Next question. The real question is, who would direct the Mecha Warehouse movie? My vote goes to Tarantino. What's your favorite Gundam anime series? Gundam Wing for the nostalgia, or 8th MS Team for the gritty realism. I think Bezos or Elon had the wild to spend the money to build it. How close do you think they could currently be to making a real Gundam? Probably not that far in the grand scheme of things. I think the power is the big problem. The question's for everybody. Thanksgiving is coming and you're challenged to fight a bunch of turkeys. How many turkeys could you fight? Barehanded? Michael Bay. Well, we need all those explosions in the movie, so Michael Bay might be a good choice. Jose Anderson would be amazing for a Mecha Warehouse video. Same sponges you use available on the website. These ones are not. These are 3M sponges I bought ages ago in massive quantities. I probably should sell the rest of them I have on the website or something. Yes, barehanded. Third party as in Supernova or Devon. Supernova I could see building, but I also don't see buying it. And just like I don't picture selling any of those because of the potential legal ramifications. If I did build one, I probably wouldn't build it on stream. The Supernova kits look kind of cool though. I feel like I could take on like a ton of turkeys. Like a big movie, pencil falls to the ground, leads to an explosion. We have tons of explosions in the warehouse all the time. Actually, the unit next to us looks like there was an explosion in there. It's like they were driving forklifts into the wall or something. Dragon Momoko. It's in the same boat. I don't think I would build one on stream. We probably will never carry them. explosion every time you use the nippers to cut a piece. That would be quite dramatic. Did you happen to pick up the Tallgeese Flugel when it was available? I did not. I missed it the first time. I wasn't really looking for it either. I'm like on the fence about whether I want one. And so I just ended up not getting one. Maybe at some point I will. I have a few bootlegs. MG Tallgeese 2 is a bootleg. I only got to complete my set. Bandai 1 is P Bandai and came out before they were available in the US. Most of the sites I see that sell them don't sell Bandai kits. That's usually the case. There's a store that arguably is unable to get a deal with Bluefin because of their selling third-party stuff. I don't know that there's any hard evidence, but there's been discussion that that has been a factor. Could be like in Power Rangers, every time they hit a bad guy and sparks come out next to that, steps a piece and sparks fly off of the runner. That'd be crazy. Scalpers are found, they're secretly sent by the super sniper. A battle ensues, and his final moves he turns on his boss. You head down south for the sequel. Oh man. Still like the idea of all the mecha shop owners fighting once a year. I'm in. Especially if it's for charity or something. But I don't think that would play out well for most. Imagine on a lens flare we could add the movie some J.J. Abrams. Like the Anchorman fight scene. That would be hilarious. Should pull some strings to get a cameo working in the repair bay or something, and the Gundam movie being made. And they should totally call me up for that. I'd be in. I don't know who I have to schmooze with to get that to happen. But that would be really cool. We're in the shop owner battles up to the gold nippers announcement. Oh no. Almost knocked all my runner stands down like dominoes. That wouldn't be good. We done any of the drawings yet? We've done the first one. The second one's coming up in a few minutes. How much money do I have to spend to get solid gold nippers? I don't know, what do the nippers weigh? They're probably like 3 ounces, 4 ounces. Let's see, Anyone have a weight on the nippers? They're probably a few ounces, right? An ounce of gold is really expensive right now. What's the spot price? Yeah, like almost 1,800 bucks a ounce. So if we argued that nippers are, you know, a couple ounces, 2 ounces, 3 ounces, you're looking at, I don't know, like $4,000 to $6,000 for some solid gold nippers, plus whatever molding and nipping and machining and stuff. But they weigh a lot more than 2 ounces if they're solid gold. That's probably true too. What's gold weigh versus steel? So question one is what do the nippers weigh? There must be terrible nippers. That is very true. I'm gonna figure out what the nippers weigh, and then convert that same weight, to volume, and then that volume to 1.85 ounces. So let's say there's steel. 1.85 ounces of steel is how many cubic inches of steel. So they're just cold-plated nippers instead. Those would be cheaper. I need to answer this question now. Nick is going on engineer on us. So 1.85 of steel volume. Ah, man, I gotta look this up now. God, there would be god awful. The metal's too valuable. Someone needs to look up what a cubic inch of steel weighs, so we can convert from weight to volume, and then volume back to weight, and then we can figure out the cost of those gold nippers. I really want to know now. They did the math. Cubic inch of steel, there you go. So now we need the same 0.283 pounds. Okay, so now we need the same ounce to cubic inches for gold, and then we can do the math and finish this up. This is crazy. Totally worth it. What's up? You kicked my dog? This is the best math, when you make someone else do all the legwork. As tech tips did a solid gold Xbox controller show, and I think it was something like 80K after the molding process, prototypes, fitting, and polishing. Ouch. So presumably less than 80K. Should we do it in metric system instead? Probably. This is what happens when engineers ask a silly question. There you go. 1 cubic inch of gold is 0.6966 pounds. Okay, so let's do the math. So we've got 1.85 ounces of steel. So that's ounces times 0.2833. And then we divide by 0.6966. Metric would be easier. You're right. Did I do that right? So I'm trying to do this unit conversion in my head. Oh, but we're going pounds, so I need to convert. That's what I need to do. 1.85 ounces, 2 pounds. So let's try this again. 0.115625. That's how much the nippers weigh in steel. Times to 2833 divided by 0.6966. So that's pounds, so 0.0 ounces, or pounds, 2 ounces. So we're talking about 0.047. Man, I need to get out the paper here. I'm gonna figure this out for real because I need to know the answer. In the meantime, let's get this next draw going, and then I will grab the paper and we'll do this math because this is crazy. So let's put a number in the chat between 1 and 400. With RF and EW systems, and I asked my engineers, what did the guy who was reading it say? Ow, it hurts. Okay, number between 1 and 400 this time. One number per person. Do not delete or change your number. So let's find. Here we go. Perfect. We'll use an envelope for back of the envelope math here. So, nippers, 0.85 ounce of steel. Steel, there we go. Steel is 4.5328 ounce per cubic inch. Gold is 11.1458 ounce per cubic inch. So 1.85 here we go. We got to divide by 4.5328 and then multiply by 1.1458. This should be better. Better charge an IP fee to P-Band. I went 6 to 10 months from now. Yes, when they get their gold nippers. So that's 4.549 ounces of gold. Assuming I did my conversions here right, but I think that makes sense. Okay, ounces, yeah, divide. Yeah, that should make sense. So at approximately 1,800 per ounce for gold. This needs a clear button. I changed the calculator on my phone. 0.549 times 1,800. So that's $8,188.20 worth of gold. Where are you getting gold from? When I looked up spot price, it was 1,800 just a second ago. If you can get me gold for $16.25 an ounce, I'll buy a ton of it. Just make sure I'm right. Spot price. Yeah, I'm seeing most recent spot price for gold $17.91.90. What is the wastage factor of the forming? You can sell it back whatever gold is left over, though. So when I search spot price of gold, it goes to what, AppMex or something. But I bet you goldprice.org probably has the same. Yeah, 1783, something like that. Gold goes up and down real quick. Yeah, and it's been up crazy lately. So we did the math. I'm gonna be able to carry other Vallejo colored primers. At some point, we're gonna carry more Vallejo. I'm trying to work out some space issues. Okay, so that was a fun diversion. So don't say I've never taught you anything on a live stream. I just need to find out how much it would cost to get them made. Good question. That would be a little bit harder. Although I think we can figure out machining costs. Adding spot price to search inquiry brought up the 1,800 figure. There you go. Okay, so I'm putting time in the chat. Let's draw our three numbers. We should clip this and post it to Reddit / they did the math. Yeah, maybe we will. We'll probably might clip it anyway. This is good stuff. That and the talking about who would play me in a movie. That would make an interesting clip too. They'd be decorative? Probably. They're not going to be functional. Okay, first number. We got 100 even for the Barbatos Lupus Rex. 391 for the Beyond Global Clear. And 206 for the SD Command Gundam. So 100, 391, and 206. 100, 391, 206. Let me know if we've got a winner, and I will confirm, and we'll get the figure all that out. This would be a great shorts clip. Definitely coming to TikTok or Instagram, or who knows. Momosuba, do you want to fight Kaiju? Pacific Rim. Keep in mind that Jaegers are like 80 meters tall versus 16 to 18 meters of a Gundam. Probably want something with high mobility if it's going to be a Gundam, considering the size disadvantage. Oh, that was not my numbers. Assuming you're talking about the giveaway. How do you get my weekly one away? Check in the box. Hey everyone, don't forget to throw a like on the stream. Oh, thank you, Farlez. Dark Gun because regeneration. I mean, ignore the fact they'll take over the planet afterwards. Sometimes you gotta take risks to solve big problems. You see all the stuff that YouTube is adding for live streamers? They're really trying to compete with Twitch now. I didn't already. I guess I haven't been paying attention. I'm too busy, I guess. What are they adding? I know they've had some monetization stuff for a while, kind of like Twitch, where people can donate and things like that. Thanks for the sub, Master Johnson. Lots of monetization stuff, including gifted subs. Oh, interesting. All the stuff I'd probably never take advantage of for the most part, because I want to keep this all open and available. If you want to fight kaiju and a robot, you need to go with the super robot territory like Mazinger or get a robot. Well, the question was posed about which mobile suit, I think, not what robot. I feel like I could theoretically get a pair of solid gold nippers. I would throw on tasteless diamond on it just because. You might as well put some diamonds in the handles or something. Do live streams and give stuff to us. You're doing it all backwards. Your channel isn't monetized. YouTube can still put ads on them though. That's true. I'll cross that bridge when I get there. But I think you're like guaranteed to have ads when you monetize. I mean, does anybody see any ads when they watch this stream? Or Cliff with the Big Red Dog is going to fight Godzilla in the new movie. The Mazinger sidekick robot had the chest missiles. I lost my head. As a younger person, because I'd never seen that before, and the fact that anyone could do that blew my mind. I was innocent then. If you're talking super robot and not mobile suit, make mine Voltron. Clifford is obviously a kaiju. Not seen an ad yet. Yeah, I think if I turn on monetization, then ads would show up. Seen an ad right before watching a Mecha Warehouse update video before. It's probably a lot less than they would be. I kind of want to not turn on ads because I don't want anybody targeting me with an ad. So I can run ads on YouTube against specific YouTubers. So I could go on, in theory, one of our competitors' channels, if it's monetized or runs ads or whatever, and run an ad directly, like a pre-roll ad, right on their video. And I don't really want anyone doing that to me. We haven't been running any YouTube ads recently, and we're probably going to get into that space once I get more time too. Because I think there's a lot of potential reach there audience-wise. But I know I don't want my competitors running ads on my stuff. My next recommended video is the charity stream from last year. Do you have a date and organization in mind? So I don't have a date yet. I'm thinking about organization. I might do Shriners again, because I felt like that was a really good cause. And I feel like I got some personal connection to them. And if things are good, I might actually be able to get somebody to come out this time during the stream instead of before it. Remember when YouTube Premium was called YouTube Red? Imagine some poor kid coming across RedTube trying to find YouTube Red. Through Facebook got me to come after a 10-year hiatus. Nice. Being in New Hampshire means we get constant political ads no matter what I watch. That's definitely true. Way too many political ads. Donald House, suppose, but okay, well, so no political ads for me. They're on YouTube and here for us, constantly getting, especially during the presidential period. You're on something your time for political Mecha Warehouse ads advocating for fully undergated kids. That would make for some great advertisements. I know what I'm doing for the midterms next year for marketing. That's an excellent idea. As being registered independent, I get targeted by both parties. I had to put up a no soliciting signs. People would stop coming to my house to try to get my vote. So Anthony, kindly request credit in the fine print at the end of the ad. This message approved by Farlow's Barkley. And various graphic obscenities and Hindi just so I could insult Indian phone scammers when they call me. As evil as he was, Ben knew how to put the right person in the right spot where he had the power to. In Oklahoma, every ad I see is it for a new hunting rifle. I guess it's hunting season around here. You either hunt a deer with a gun or a car bumper. Make polycraps great again. It's a great campaign slogan. Sion dropped a colony wiping out Australia. Don't let them repeat these atrocities. Vote Earth Federation at the polls. Do fake attack ads on our competitors. It's probably not a good idea, but would be funny. I'll put ads up and get Epic Movie Guy to read them. It's definitely possible with like the there's some new service, Cameo or something, where you can get like a celebrity to make a video for you. So I'm sure with the right effort you could get somebody, an A-list person. You probably could get the movie guy. Yeah, it just starts the close-up of USA themed arc 78 and then cuts to a voiceover. Nick, come please to mean something around here. Business sponsors for your streams. I have not, because we sponsor our own streams. There's a few projects I've thought about that would be bigger that might be worth trying to find like an external sponsor for, but see on Jackson for the ad read. We can crowdfund out of the Discord. That'd be good. Used to work in TV. I have ideas. Space Noids are coming over here to Earth. They're bringing crime. Rapist. Some I assume are good people. Plan to visit the Bandai factory in Japan in the future. As a Bandai product seller, you can skip the waiting line. I heard people need to schedule a visit way ahead to get in. Next time I go to Japan, I'm definitely going to see what strings I can pull to get in there. Because I think that'd be good content, especially if they let me film anything. Just like next time I'm on the West Coast, I'll be probably stopping by Bluefin and seeing what I can do there too. So that might create opportunity to free up your focus on what it is we do to get to devote enough time to. Say if there were some Mecha Warehouse joggers available, I'd be wearing them all the time. Hello, I'm Nick. I sell a lot of your model kits. Can I come inside, please? Stream sponsored by Raid and Roach Killer 26. What's up, Gam? Definitely some good stuff. Or who'd win a fight? A Gundam versus a Robotech fighter. I don't know. What's the scale? I mean, a Robotech fighter, the fighter's probably like a normal plane, right? So it's tiny compared to a Gundam, I think. What's up? It's that local boy. Never forgive Robotech for making Macross and the worst and was impossible for decades. That one replica in Japan is anything to go by. Yeah, it's plain sized. Legs. We need Master Great Dragon Sword. That'd be great. When is the next giveaway picking? In a few minutes, we should be doing the next draw. Oh. Tech Fighter Transformer, I think it's 80 meters long. That's massive. Is that right? So last night we started, how much is a meter in freedom units? It's like three feet and change. 8 or 80. Yeah, 8 seems more believable. Yeah, so what I was about to say, we started last night. We had only a few minutes before the Zoom last night, and so we started watching The Guild again. Has anybody watched that show? It was a web show. And absolutely hilarious. Guild is awesome. Yeah, The Guild. If you're into gaming at all, think the whole thing's on Netflix now. It might be. It's still on YouTube. We were watching them on YouTube. They're like little 4-minute, 5-minute, 7-minute episodes, and it's good. The early seasons were good. The later ones were not as good, I think. It's Felicia Day, I think, created it. It's definitely worth. We have the painting of Codex and Fox hanging up in our kitchen. Nice. Felicia Day made it. She's a member of a guild in the game, and eventually they all start hanging out. It's hilarious. Yeah, totally worth watching if you're into gaming, even peripherally into gaming. Even if you're not like hardcore gamer or anything. Like my wife loves it too. It's just all around funny. But if you're around or know somebody who's like into like online gaming and stuff, then it's like extra funny. Actually, I'll stream on Twitch. I bet they do. That makes sense. The guild used to raid the people some of those characters are based on. Oh, interesting. So they get together and play D&D or Fortnite and stuff. Nice. That's pretty cool. It's actually kind of funny too, because so during one of my weekly updates, I think a couple weeks back, I stop and laugh. I think I was talking about tridents from Kotobuki. It's probably like last week's restock, and I was laughing in my head because I was thinking about a joke from that show. And part of the reason we started watching it last night was because my wife mentioned it, because she caught my little like stutter before I like moved on instead of referencing it in the video, because she apparently knew exactly what I was thinking. The person that wants to pursue a career as a mechanic, or they want the Toyota HG Saku. Summer video game high school is worth the watch as well. To think about that one. What? I don't know what that is. Push an entire bucket of extra dice out of eyesight. What people? What's up, Rylock? What's going on? Because the other big news today, we've got the last section, main section of our flooring in for the hobby room upstairs and the Mecha attic. Actually, had time for tabletop gaming or friends. Missed everything. We did math. We did do math. It was great. Really digging the look of your Dom R35, Nick. Are you planning to customize it at all? I'm planning on painting it. I'm still mulling over color scheme ideas, but I plan on painting it, and probably something completely different than what is painted now. This power. Did you make a long-term decision on walls in your hobby room? So we did put up basically just like plastic, sheet plastic, like you might use like for to keep dust out of an area when you're like renovating your bathroom or whatever. It was inexpensive, not permanent, pretty easy to put up. It's just stapled up so we can always pull it down if we want to change something or whatever. It seemed like the best option for a middle term kind of solution. You know, if we ever long term, we probably should drywall or something and build that out. That seems like a good answer to keep parts from falling through the open studs of the knee walls and stuff. Next time Mecha Warehouse, Nick teaches us how to make a nuclear reactor. What a hobby room. Using your stream as my excuse to stop working the remodel on mine. I'm at the furniture stage. Furniture is easy though. Call mine the Hobbis. Let's do some work and things. Next time Nick streams building an actual mecha in the warehouse. That would be pretty cool. I can't picture anybody not wanting to watch that. Nuclear reactor now. Next time we solve the Epstein drive, that'd be great. Charity stream. Nick teaches us math for 24 hours. Need an MG Dom kit. When does the 1.5 come out? They're early next year. We'll hopefully have confirmations and pre-orders up by the end of the year, maybe. Are the giveaways going? I think we still have all 3 items still, which reminding me, now's a good time to put up the next draw. So let's put a number in the chat this time between 1 and 200. 1 number per person. Do not delete or change your number, and we only ship to US addresses. I got 3 still up. Yes, 3 still up. With how time is going, spring will be here next week. It feels like it. I gotta make sure I don't blink or I'll miss it. Okay, E7, it's C122. So the hobby room, we've got one more section of floor to do for the like entryway where you walk in, and a lip for that, and then it's basically just putting all the shelves back in place and building 3 more workbenches for up there. So I'm really looking forward to having that all finished up and having a dedicated space to build and do stuff. Music tonight's been very majestic. It's the same channel we always have. I don't know if the random luck of the draw on the songs, it all sounds the same to me at this point. I feel like you would enjoy the OST to Demon Slayer based on your music choice tonight. Are you laying down vinyl flooring up there? No, so we're actually we're putting down, it's like a rubber flooring like you might have in like a gym or something. It's like 3/8 of an inch thick, maybe recycled rubber, something like that. And so it's dense enough you can roll like a workbench with casters and stuff on without deforming at all, and can handle some weight. Have a little tiny bit of squish to absorb sound and your footsteps and stuff, so it's not like loud like a vinyl floor might end up. Seems like a good surface. Speaking of seasons, did you get the snowblower serviced yet? It hasn't been serviced yet. I found another mobile servicing company that does maintenance and repairs and stuff. There's actually someone picked up a pallet from me from the warehouse last year sometime. I happened to notice the name when I was Googling around looking, and I was like, oh yeah, that guy does that stuff. So he's coming out in a couple weeks to do it. What materials we'll be using with your workbenches in the attic. So we're using their pre-built workbenches from Home Depot, Husky brand. Or I guess they're not pre-built, we have to assemble them, but they're rolling workbenches. I can find you a link if anyone wants one. They can just DM me or email me. I can help you find it. We use them. Got a pair of them at the warehouse right now. One for the packing table next to the packing like station, and the other is what I use for my filming at the warehouse. So we're gonna have 4 of those total. They're adjustable height and they roll, so they're good because you can, you know, bring it up to like a standing workbench or lower it down to be you know, for seated kind of stuff, and you can roll them so you can reorient and reorganize all the time. So Coop, you're going to build your workbenches. I'm looking for a good one to get 2 of. So we're just assembling them. They came as like kits basically. They're not super hard to build. Okay. Okay, time up in the chat. Let's draw some numbers. Favorite RG build so far? I've only built one, which is the unicorn, full armor unicorn. So I don't know if it counts for anti-fatigue mats. Work really well for the flooring like you're talking about. Oh, really interesting. These we got, they were giant rolls. They're like 16, 17 feet long, 4 feet wide. There's like 5 rolls to fill the attic. Okay, first number 142. 142 for the Barbatos Lupus Rex. Number 4 for the HG Beyond Global Clear. And number 44 for the SD Command Gundam. Let me know if anybody, well, looks like Chris is a winner, potentially. Let's check if we've got any winners, and then I'll confirm. I've built a handful of unicorn. It's definitely a top 3 position. Unicorn's supposed to be a good real grade. Okay, D15. To fight Chris to the death. Looks like we might have a draw on that one. PC8. Be multiple people the same number. All right, let's first one 142. Corey and Chris. Looks like Joseph with 44. Yes, I have to build the RG Unicorn full armor. Amazing looking kit, perfect size for the Gundam. I think the MG is massive. Yeah, the MG is supposedly not amazing. Especially for the full armor, just all that weight with all the weapons. Okay, Corey and Chris are two 142s. Why do I hear boss music? The boss is coming. Corey and Chris. First one to call it heads or tails, and then we'll flip the coin and see which of you takes home the Barbatos Lupus Rex. So Corey calls heads. Sweet, I was actually looking to buy the SD. Okay, so I'm gonna flip the coin. If it comes up heads, it's Corey. Tails, it is Chris. Okay, here we go. Oh, what happened to the side view? There we go. I hate this. The only thing bad about this coin is because it's so big, it is a pain, absolute pain to flip. Like if anybody has one of these challenge coins and you haven't tried flipping it, try flipping it. It's a lot of weight to flip. No funny stuff with the coin this week. And it landed on the floor. I want to use this side camera. Or you know what, I can use this one. I think I can get it to show up. It's too dark. That's right. No, I guess I can't with that one. I see funny stuff again. This one should work though. You see that? Do I gotta zoom this in further? We getting feet pics this week? Yes. All about the feet pics. Looks like we got heads. The streams just keep getting better and better. We need like a fourth camera for the challenge coin. So, it looks like Corey is the winner for that one. Congratulations, Corey, and congratulations, Joseph. You guys can both send me a DM or an email to nick@mechawarehouse.com, and we'll send those prizes out. We still got one prize left, the exciting one, the extra exciting one, the Beyond Global Clear that was donated by Pharaoh404. And to answer the question, Nick, do you run some the challenge coins like with the recent pins? We do. We do an annual challenge coin. That one that we used today is the second one. We did one in 2020. This one here, the mask 2020 coin there. We got feet pics. Tarantino's definitely the Mecha Warehouse movie director now. Mecha Warehouse foot cam, OnlyFans when. Jeez. And then the 2021 coin with blue. And sometime next spring, we will likely do a third coin. Brand new design, and we'll do a run of those. They're all individually numbered too. There were 100 of the 2020 coins and 200 of the 2021 coins. So hopefully we'll have, I don't know, 300 or 400 of the 2022. I've been around for a month or two, but has there been a tails yet? I only recall heads. I won one of those teddy bear looking ones on a tails. Okay, someone's won a tails. One of these days, maybe if I have to kill a couple minutes at the end of the stream, I will just flip the coin like 5 times and see what comes up. Yo, what's up, MJRL Hobby Stuff? I should put this back. Bandai reprints the bear guys sometime. My wife wants one. The I think the full-size bear guys are on the list for order for early next year. I don't know if they'll actually get printed or not, but hopefully. Oopsie, yeah, I made it. Working on putting the Freedom 2.0 hollow slides on. Nice. I should flip the coin to land on a glass table and shatter it. I could see that happening. These coins are pretty heavy. Sad part is due to job searching. I haven't had time to put it together yet, but new job will settle down after Black Friday. Looking forward to that. Nice. I flip it when you can spin on the table. I could. Problem is the problem with anything with flipping or spinning is how do you objectively call when the spin or the flip is bad? Is a problem I've had. When I used to spin it, I'd put it in a box and spin it, and I felt like half the time it would spin and fall flat. I can do that as a quick test too, but it's like we need a impartial arbiter to decide when it's bad. Or like, I guess if you spin it, it's got to spin for at least 5 seconds or something for it to count. Coin breaks a glass table, Nick has to say, oh no, our table, it's broken. That must be a reference to something I'm not familiar with. Coins normally fall flat. Coins my D&D table. If you see flip it high in the air, catch and slap in the back of your other hand. If anything went funky, it was a bad flip, and try it again. Why no try odd or even on the number generator? Mostly because the coins are cool. Spinning didn't work, flipping doesn't work. It's time to just roll the coin and see where it lands. There you go. I mean, the spinning thing might work if you just say it's got to spin for at least 3 seconds or 5 seconds or something. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000. If it's not still spinning, then you got to start over. Or we could just have people fight each other like Ethan says. Rap battle. Spin the bull on a coin on a bowl. Okay, D13. I think I'm going to do this step here. I'll probably call the next draw soon. And then maybe I will flip the coin a few times and try a spin test. God, whenever there's a tie, Nick gives out a math problem. Whoever solves it first wins. That's a good one. So using that paint retarder, working great for brush marks, but keeping the paint even is now my new issue and running out of spoons. The way math class went tonight, Nick will probably try to find a precise way to spin or flip coins and accidentally solve perpetual motion. That'd be great. Winner should be whoever can sit through G-Savior the longest. You can. It's be a paragraph-long math word problem. I need to do preparation for that though, if we're gonna do that. This would just be 42. It's usually the answer, right? So this goes in the back here like this. And this goes and snaps over it. There's a lot to these legs. It's one thing I've learned about you, it's kind of your thing. With solving problems. Even if you had the answer 42, what is the question? It's the answer to life, the universe, and everything, right? Okay, because I'm curious about this coin tossing and flipping problem, and I've got a ton more work to do on this kit anyway, I'm going to, number one, call out our next number range. So let's put a number between 1 and 75 in the chat. 1 to 75, indeed. Because next year you'll have to do a special run of mech dice to settle all claims of shenanigans. Mecha Warehouse dice would be awesome. You got it, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Of course. Okay. So while people put numbers in the chat, we're going to do some quick coin toss test. I'll flip it 5 times and see if we get tails at all. And then I'll try spinning the way we were talking about spinning, just because I'm trying not to start something else. So there we go. We got a tails first spin. I buy set Mecha Warehouse themed dice for an artificer on D&D. Another tails. That was bad when it bounced off my body. Heads, so 1 heads, 2 tails. 2 heads, 2 tails. And tails, so 3-2, not bad. And then spinning, if I'm going to count to 3. So the whole box is in the nut range here. 2, 3, 1,000. Seems pretty fair too. Seems to always be rolling that way. My desk must be uneven. Yeah, Optimus, that's the whole coin toss thing. If someone gets the same number as you and that number gets called, then we toss a coin, random number, something like that. I guess that would be good too. I should probably just spin it again and do the whole spinning thing. Try the flip, catch, and hand, place the other hand method. So I just did that 5 times. I caught it, flipped it over, and it was, what, like 3 tails, 2 heads, I think. So both of these seemed relatively fair. Not that 5 is a large sample set. It's just the catching is a more fine motor skill, I think. My beta was grab and drink. Yeah, I flipped it. We got 5 times. I got 3 tails and 2 heads. I don't think I kept as close count on the spin, but it was fairly similar. So it looks like next time I'll be finishing the right leg. There's like some detail parts around the bottom, the connection down into the ankle, and then the front of the shin. The shin's got one of these like grabber things too. I don't know if anybody remembers from Build Fighters what these are all about. These like claws on the elbow, and I think it's got some of the shins too. That's right, I'm multitasking low and sleep, no worries. Inside the box, it needs room to spin. The box is too small. Well, see, if I do it on the desk, it's gonna go off the desk half the time. That's the problem with spinning it, I guess. I don't know that the box changes the odds of it going odd or even, though. MG box. The problem with the MG box is you can't see the whole box while it's spinning. I feel like the ideal case is you can see it the whole time. We need a separate camera mounted over here and a giant Beyblade system or something to spin the coin in. For spinning shouldn't be in a Beyblade arena. I think, Blair, based on the timing, you probably thought that at the same time I did. Blue Beyblade fight and orange Beyblade. You mean Santana? Santana can film you testing this. Next week's video, we're just flip the Mecha Warehouse coin 1,000 times. Be a 2-hour-long video. If it were Beyblades, couldn't we like drop like 7 a minute in if we had 7 people tied? All right, I call time. We're drawing between 1 and 75 this time. Only Mythbuster was still around. This would be solved. Need like a gunpla of Mythbusters. And test all these myths that people have about if you do this to your kit, it'll break or whatever. Living coins for statistics, the live streams. Actually, I've got a few tests I want to do like that. I need to do that at some point, I guess. You have 6 other people to help you start them at once. We'll build an automated system so you can all push a button on a website. Okay, our one number. Number 2. It's Beyond Global, likes low numbers. I don't think there's any 2. 42 is the answer to life, the universe, and everything. It is not the answer to RNG. Got 2 is something else. With someone else. There's 2 2s. Maybe my search was wrong then. I thought I searched for it. Thank you, Frasinio Carlos, for the sub. Look through manual. Oh, I see it. Kevin is number 2. Bruce is number 2. Let's make sure there's no other ones that I'm missing. Let it flip. Okay, Graboose and Kevin already called tails. So comes up tails, it's Kevin, and if it comes up heads, it is Graboose. I guess I will continue to flip. I'm gonna try to catch it. This time, if I don't catch it, or I fumble it in any way, then I'm gonna reflip it, just so we're clear ahead of time and I'm not making this up as I go. Because the last thing I want to do is to change the rules on the fly. Looks like we got tails this time. So Kevin, congrats with the tails. So just like I told the other guys, you can send me a DM or an email, nick@mechawarehouse.com, and we'll send that kit out to you this week. For anybody who says it always comes up heads, we got a winner tonight with both, so that kind of proves that, I guess. So that said, I think we are basically done for the night. So thank you all for hanging out with me. I had fun. Hopefully you guys did too, between the math and all the other craziness. Don't forget that Live 10 code is good for a little while longer, so you can take advantage of that if there was something you were thinking about grabbing yourself tonight at mechawarehouse.com. And otherwise, I will see you all hopefully next week, 8:30 Eastern time, right here on the channel. Be giving away some other good stuff, continuing on this kit, and I don't know, hopefully having some more good times. So thanks all. See you later. Good night.